And I'm Annette Siwy. Today we're at Stockholms in downtown Geneva.
And we're going to be interviewing the owner for our Support Small Business series. Let's go in. Restaurant. How long have you been at this location?
18 and a half years.
18 and a half
years.
years.
However, Stockholms, the original genesis of it dates back to the mid-'80s.
Okay.
So it's really been a work in progress for however many days that is.
Let's just say you've been through a lot and you've weathered a lot of storms and you're still here today.
Yes, amen to that.
So we're here with Michael, the owner of Stockholms Restaurant and Brewery in downtown Geneva. And I just want to say thank you, sir, for taking the time to talk with us today.
Not a problem, Steve. Thanks for bringing all this fancy equipment. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's find out a little bit more about you and your restaurant. So what sets you apart from the rest of the restaurants in downtown Geneva?
Two things. The first is my staff. We have got a very long-lived, loyal staff here. In fact, 3 of the people in the kitchen have been with me since day one, over 18 and a half years ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we have people in the front of the house, your bartenders and your servers, that have been here 10 plus years, some of them 16 or 17 years.
That's great. That really speaks to, I think, you as an owner and how you treat your employees to get them to stay with you for so long.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe they're just a little thick-headed and they're willing to put up with me. But no, they truly are absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that they do here is the quality of the food is simply second to none. Everything is made in-house. They just really put their heart and soul into it, whether it be the food, whether it be the beer that we brew here, cocktails that we make. It's simply second to none. I would put what these folks do up against anybody's, anywhere, anytime, including them chefs on TV from New York City.
New York City?
I love that commercial.
That's awesome. So speaking of that, well, I want to get back to the beer in a second because I know you guys brew your own beer here. And you've been doing it for a long time since, I think as far as I know, since you've been in-house here. So, but I want to go to the menu. So if you had to pick a favorite item off of your menu that you would get over anything else, what would that be?
You know, it really is almost an impossible question to ask for just one item.
Sure.
The entire menu is amazing. So typically, like if a guest asks me that here at the restaurant, I immediately say, "Oh, I would order the filet mignon entree because it's the most expensive item on the menu."
Sure.
And they always laugh at that. But truly, our fillets, what we do is our filet is second to none. We bring in the whole bizbo. Demas downstairs, the person behind the meat, splits the bizbo, hand cuts the fillets, the loins, wet ages it in-house so he can control the quality. And it really is, you can't get a better filet
That's
out
awesome.
there. Our ribs is a 6-step process in the making of our ribs. Our Swedish meatballs takes 2 days to do. Our burgers, we do a custom grind on the burgers. The pasta dishes, we make the sauces one serving at a time in a skillet. We make our own dressings to complement all the flavors in our gourmet salads. We have 6 homemade soups available every day. On and on and on and on. The nice thing about Stockholms is the menu is so diversified, you can literally eat here 7 days a week and never get tired or bored with what's available.
That's great.
I do, 7 days a week.
Well, so you hear that, come on in every day and you can try something new. That's awesome. Cool. Well, let's go back a little bit to beer. So you've been brewing beer on premise.
10 and a half years, yes.
10 and a half years?
18.
18 and a half years.
Yeah.
And did you start brewing beer when you opened the restaurant, or were you doing it as a hobby, or?
I am only a commercial brewer. I have never brewed beer at home.
Okay.
I looked at the brewing for about 8 years before finally getting Stockholms open. Studied it, read about it, talked with people, talked with suppliers, equipment, malt, hops. Basically, looked at it, opened up Stockholms, and jumped in with my first brew of 75 gallons.
Awesome. That's a big step. I've brewed myself in small 5-gallon batches, so I can only imagine the commitment and the time, and then the guts to jump in right, to 75 gallons.
I think that's one of the things about entrepreneurs. We are willing to take risks.
Yeah, fantastic. So, out of all the beers that you brew, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite style or a flavor?
The usual answer to that question is my favorite beer is the one in my hand. But I do like heavier, maltier beers.
Okay.
So my two favorite styles are a Doppelbock, which is a dark German beer, lots of malt in it, and Belgian Tripels, which is a Belgian-style beer, again with a lot of malt in it. Both are higher in alcohol content. So those are my two favorite styles. However, the beautiful thing about beer, and beer really is the ideal accompaniment with food. You have over 1,000 compounds in beer that add to its flavor profile. Mm-hmm. And it really pairs up with food so well. In fact, if you think about it, beer was what people primarily drank with their meals, for the past several centuries.
Right, yeah.
And so if you're taking and you're choosing a particular food item, you can select a beer to go with that item, which will really enhance the overall experience. So it's hard to say, yes, I like just one style of beer, because when you're having fish and chips, a good pale ale is just right what you need.
Absolutely. Well, that's spoken like a brewer, because you want to have diversity in your.
And we have 14
recipes.
of our beers on tap at all times.
That's great. I love that. Absolutely. So, what are your plans for the future of the restaurant? Where do you see yourself in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
The big thing that we are trying to do right now is keep our staff together.
Sure.
So far, we have not let anyone go. The entire staff has stayed employed.
That's great.
And if I can maintain our Stockholms family to the backside of this, that will be the greatest success that we can achieve. We are very fortunate because we have been around so long. I don't have any debt. I'm not paying a banker off.
Nice.
So I have been able to keep the staff here, and that is my goal.
Outstanding. So what can our viewers do to support you and the business?
Come in, order some food to go, dine on the back patio. We've ordered a metal roof for our back patio that hopefully will arrive later this month. The city, even though it's a temporary structure, it will withstand 115 mile an hour winds.
Wow.
And hold 3 feet of snow, so it'll be completely safe. We will heat it, and it'll still be open air, so that you can have a wonderful, safe dining experience. And hopefully, when you're there, think of that you're out in Vail, or maybe instead of Vail, no, you're in the mountains of Geneva, Switzerland.
Perfect. I love
yes.
that. Yeah, outstanding. And my final question for you, so if you had the opportunity to say one thing to everybody that's going to view this video, what would that be? And it could be anything restaurant related, not restaurant, just one thing you've always wanted to say to the world.
This too will end, but not soon enough.
Fantastic. I love that. I totally agree. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks, Michael, for taking the time.
Well, thanks for coming out here, Steve.
All of you people, come on into Stockholm's, downtown Geneva. If it's your first time, give them a shot. If you've been here before, come back, say hi to some old friends, and support your local businesses. Thanks, everybody. Be good. Take care of each other.
Stay healthy.